The eye cannot choose but see. We cannot bid the ear be still. Our bodies feel where they be, against or with our will. Hi guys. Now what do we understand by the code that I mentioned at the start of the video? That is, when we are working and as long as we have this embodied life with 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, nose, ears, mouth and all these organs that make up the human body, we need to work as an individual. There is no secondary alternative to that. But while we work, as mentioned throughout the 3rd chapter, that is, we have to practice the art of detachment while working. But let us go back to working as long as we have an embodied being. Now many people think that Karma Yoga is all about renouncing all actions and leaving and going to live as a sannyasi. However, the Bhagavad Gita couldn't be more far from it. The Bhagavad Gita says, your first step is to ensure that you make a living where you don't depend on any second individual, including your parents. Once you do that, then you do whatever it is that your heart tells you. Now that is what the Bhagavad Gita says throughout. You have to work in order to put a roof over your head, food in your belly, and just make sure that you have the basic necessities of your life. Now let us see what happens through the help of one striking analogy on how a person misinterpreting such a verse and going through a saint life has the repercussions that he or she has to face. Now there was this man who was actually a school teacher, and he was fed up with everything that came across with that job, such as all the things that he has to do, from teaching the young minds and also traveling from his house all the way to work and taking care of a family and generally living the life of a common man. Now we can say there is nothing wrong in that. Not a lot of people actually enjoy being a common man. But however, the path that this guy takes in order to overcome the act of a common man is something that is growing in number in the modern world. The act that he chose was that of a Swamiji. Now that is why the Bhagavad Gita is completely against people turning into a monk life without realizing their personal inbound individual duty. Here this man had become a Swamiji so that he could completely get rid of all the responsibilities that come along with a human being. Now the general consensus in the Bhagavad Gita is, you have to perform all your duties but perform them with an art of detachment and not shy away from them completely. Now that is what this man does through his life. He doesn't want to associate himself with the basic necessities that come across life, and he wants to take the easy route by going and becoming a monk. That is something that the Bhagavad Gita doesn't agree with throughout the course of its 18 chapters. So here's a question for you. Now many of us, we feel that a monk should meditate in a very calm place, very calm, quiet, serene place, sometimes even atop of a mountain with the sounds of nature and everything. This is good. By no means am I saying that this is wrong. But would that person be more powerful, or is someone who has the temptation of all his desires that is ever so present in the metro world that we are living in, or generally in the urban world that we are living in, and yet choosing not to do it because he has mastered the art of self-control? You see, when you're on top of a mountain where you do not have any distractions, it is really not that difficult for you to practice the art of self-control. The art of self-control becomes more stronger when you are alone in a different place. And I'll give you one teeny tiny example for that. There is always a saying that says, you are really what you are when you're alone. It is very simple to be disciplined in front of our parents. However, it takes courage to be disciplined when we are alone. That is the same thing that the Bhagavad Gita says through Karma Yoga. You don't need to work just to show your report card to the people, but you need to work in order to realize and prove to your consciousness and no second person whatsoever. And that is the very definition of Karma Yoga. Therefore, in conclusion, the Bhagavad Gita states, for people who believe that without attachment a certain work cannot be completed, they are simply called as ignorant. And only when their ego is removed will their ignorance be destroyed and they can reach the land of the highest self. And in order to do that, all we need to do is just free your mind. Do give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, thank you for watching. And until the next episode, it is goodbye.